ready to get my hands messy. I'm making a stovetop cake with my first guest. Milk Street's new cookbook called Bakes will turn your kitchen into the world's best bakery. Milk Street's editorial director, J.M. Hirsch, is back to bake with us today. Hello, hello.
Hello. You ready to really get indulgent?
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm already looking at what you have over here, and I know it's going to be good. But we're baking on a stove today.
We're going to have the most amazing, tender, moist, delicious chocolate cake that you've ever dreamed of, and we're not even going to turn on the oven.
That is just like, my mind is already blown. I did not know this was possible.
I know, that's what this book is all about. Opening up new possibilities to the foods we love, the baked goods we love.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get cooking. How can I help you?
Right,
I don't want to let you down.
All right, well, I gave you the easy part. We've got the dry ingredients here. We've got some flour, some cocoa powder, some baking soda, and some salt. You want to just whisk those together.
Any particular order?
Any order you like.
Okay, we like it.
And meanwhile, I am going to do some brown sugar and some eggs and get that going with the wet ingredients.
You're doing all the wet, okay.
Yes. So, whoops. What I love about this book is that it is not your grandmother's Betty Crocker, okay? What we did was we took all the recipes you already know and love, the chocolate cakes, the chocolate chip cookies, the flatbreads, and we traveled the world, which is what we do at Milk Street, and we learned better, more delicious, more exciting ways to make the baked goods you love.
By tasting in all different places and kind of new flavors and techniques.
Learning from cooks all over the world who share what they do. And that's how we get recipes like this, where we cook a chocolate cake on the stovetop.
Okay, so where did you find this idea, or what kind of inspired you with this recipe?
Well, you know, what we've learned is that, you know, a lot of cultures actually don't have a history of ovens for baking. That's why flatbreads are very popular all around the world.
Yeah.
And when you don't have an oven as part of your culinary tradition, doesn't mean you don't eat chocolate cake, right?
Does not mean that you can always have some cake.
Exactly,
Okay.
and the beauty of this, so, you know, the problem with a lot of chocolate cakes, and by the way, I just threw in some butter and I'm throwing in some sour cream.
Sour cream, okay.
And the problem with a lot of cakes is they dry out. Now, that's kind of the nature of cooking in an oven because it's a dry heat.
Yeah.
You can see the steam coming out of this pot right now.
We're getting a nice facial right now.
Exactly. So what we have here is just some foil on the bottom to kind of lift a basic cake pan up off the steaming water. And we've got our water simmering, and you can see the steam coming out. And what we're going to do is make our cake, put it in here, put the cover on, and walk away.
And walk away and forget about it. Is it just on low heat? Like you have it on low heat? A little water, like you said, propping this up. This is like, is this a 9-inch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And the beauty of this type of cooking is, unlike the dry heat of the oven, this is a moist heat. And it means you're going to get a tender, moist cake.
Which is always my problem cooking, is it's like, is that a little dry?
It's easy to dry it out,
like,
exactly.
It can dry it out, but this might be the best technique. And you have dozens and I mean, that book is massive.
Yes.
What are some of your other favorite recipes?
200 plus recipes. Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
By the way, I put some espresso powder in here for deep flavor.
Deep?
It goes so well with chocolate.
Okay.
Okay. And a little bit of water.
A little bit of water.
Oh my gosh, there are so many great recipes in there. I love all the flatbreads. The yogurt flatbreads, they're so tender and they're so easy, kids can make them.
Okay.
But
so that means maybe I can.
We have a whole section of blender cakes too. Cakes that you just throw everything in the blender and they come out so tender, so perfect.
Wow.
And it's so easy. That's the thing.
You're telling me all the things that I've never heard about.
And
I
you
love
know what?
it.
That's a tradition we learned in Mexico, actually.
Okay.
And it's really cool that, you know, all of these recipes are based on things we've learned around the world, but we can apply them to the things you and I already love and eat. That's
so
the best part.
Exciting. And when did this book come out? Pretty recent, right?
Just about a week and a half ago.
Oh, so we're one of the first people to be cooking up with you.
All right, have you got your dry ingredients?
I think I did you proud.
Perfect. All right, just pop them right in there.
Pop them in? Okay.
Yeah.
Should I give you a little or fold it in?
There we go. We'll get there.
Okay.
There we go.
Perfect.
Trying not to make a mess here.
I know. Same.
Oops.
Ooh. There we go.
Traffic jam. Okay.
There, it's all in.
Now, we're just going to mix this. And as soon as it comes together, we're going to pop it right in. And
how long does it cook on the stovetop for?
23 minutes.
23, precisely 23 minutes. You need those extra 3 minutes.
Well, you know, actually, one of the nice things about this stovetop method is that in a lot of ovens, the heat is very uneven. depending on how calibrated your oven is, whether it's gas or electric, and there's a lot of variability. And that is one of the reasons a lot baked goods sometimes dry out, or overcook, or undercook for that matter.
Right.
But the steam heat is very even, and you have much more precise control over the level of heat. It's much easier.
This is just like blowing my mind. And what's also blowing my mind is this amazing focaccia bread over here. Focaccia is my favorite of all time. And tell me about what we're seeing here.
This is probably my favorite thing in the entire book, okay? I love focaccia, and so I traveled to Puglia, Italy to learn from the guy who was named the top focaccia maker in all of Italy. Isn't that amazing?
My
And
Lord.
he showed me, so I'm just going to put this batter in. He showed me how he makes focaccia, which is completely different than I've ever seen before, but it's still very easy. He adds a ton of liquid. I mean, in fact, I would even say his dough isn't a dough, it's a batter. You can pour it.
Wow.
And he lets it rise for a little bit longer than normal. The combination is crispy and chewy and savory, and it's so
I
good.
could eat that for every meal for the rest of my life.
Isn't that amazing?
That is so amazing.
And if you don't like olives or
No, I
tomatoes,
love
you can
it
top
all.
it with whatever you like. But it's so good and it's so
And
simple.
normally focaccia, I would think would be so hard to make. I mean, it just looks so intricate and difficult.
Simple.
Simple.
Simple and so much better than anything you'll get anywhere else. It's wonderful.
Okay, and so we're already...
Yep. This goes for 23 minutes and it'll be done. And we have one over here that you gotta try it.
Absolutely. So do you top this with any, or
Yes,
you just...
we have some powdered sugar there. Would you like to do the honors?
No, I want you to do the honor.
Okay.
I want it to look exactly how you want it to look.
All right. I think I'm getting some powdered sugar on our focaccia here.
That's
there
okay.
We go. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
There we go. All right. Would you like to cut us a slice?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Get in.
Okay, and while I'm cutting this and trying this, if you had to pick a bakery item for the rest of your days, do you have a favorite? It can be from your book, it can be from anything.
Okay, well, I've already said the focaccia, which
True.
is amazing, but there's this other one I learned in Rome called Roman cloud bread. I mean, is that name not the most evocative thing in the world? Roman cloud bread, and it's like a pita pocket, and it bakes up crisp like a cracker. And then you crack a hole in it and you fill it with salad, tomatoes, balsamic vinegar, olive oil, garlic.
That's like a presentation and
It's so good. It's
And
so good.
speaking of so good, this is so moist. Like
Isn't
you
that
said,
great?
I mean, it's so fluffy and light and, I don't know, like decadent all at the same time.
And simple. Look, we made this in minutes.
You had me at simple. You are incredible. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
being
much.
here. And JM is sharing the recipes for this cake and the focaccia bread. I mean, make those both, and that is a 10 out of 10 for anyone tasting. Just use that QR code you see right there, and happy baking.
The New Day Northwest Kitchen is brought to you by Safeway.